Hi, today we're in Anza-Borrego Desert State Park in Southern California. Today we're staying at Fish Creek Camp right up here. So we're gonna head down here through Split Mountain. This is Fish Creek Wash, and there's no fish and there's no creek. So how about that? It's about a mile down to the Wind Caves. We'll walk down and kind of show you how the trail looks. If we see anything cool, maybe a desert tortoise or a bighorn sheep or a blister beetle or anything cool, I'll certainly put that on this video. So it's about a mile down. It's called Split Mountain right here because the mountains are split. If it rains, we get big flash floods that come down here. Just wipe out all this area. That's why it's a big wash here. This guy here, he's an Arizona lupine, Lupinus arizonica. Look at that beautiful lupine flowers there. Little banner petals on top. You open them up, and he's got little bit of a called a keel with the stamen and the anther and all that goodies in there. So he's Arizona lupine. Over here, this is a woolly plantain, Plantago ovata. Right? And if you eat this guy, it has a little gel called psyllium, and it helps with constipation. This guy here is a desert vetch. I'll get more on him later, show you, but he's got these beautiful seed pods that bubble out here like this, like a milk vetch. Wow, look at that. Desert excursions. This guy here is a smoke tree, Sorothamnus spinosus, or spinosus. Look how smoky this guy looks. This guy over here too. Wow. Unbelievable. Look how smoky this guy is. He's a spinosus. He has little thorns on him. You can get stuck on this guy. The thorns are almost like twigs that are thorns. But he's really cool. All right. Here's another smoke tree here. Oh, this is Larrea tridentata. This place is really good. Wow. Okay, we'll continue out here to Split Mountain. See? Split Mountain. This guy here is a little desert trumpet. This guy here is a little Catantha, little barrage looking guy with the kind of caterpillar, sort of scorpion tail looking guy. Here's a better desert trumpet over here. Look at that. Desert trumpet, Eriogonum inflatum. He's called inflatum. He has this little inflated bubble here made of carbon dioxide up the stem. It branches out again, all the way to these tiny, tiny flowers, really tiny on the end here. You barely see them. There we go. See how tiny those little flowers are? Little basil rosette down here. He's called Eriogonum inflatum. He's related to like California buckwheat, Eriogonum fasciculatum. Check this out. We have a little cholla growing on the hill. This is rock daisy, right? Species of Morii. The tiny little daisies. Look at that. Little Asteraceae, ray florets, disc flowers in the center. Grows on these rocks here in the sand. I don't know how these guys do it, but they do. It's kind of why it's called a rock daisy. Look at this guy. Another Ambrosia domosa here. Right, burrow bush. Because when the cattle and the cattle farmers get desperate, they feed this to their burrows. It's not a good bush, but it's like a famine bush right here. It's called a white bursage. All up in the hillside here. All these guys. Up here, look at that. See that? It's a California barrel cactus. Cactus cylindropuntia. He always leans to the southwest. Wow, here we have another honey mesquite. Prosopis, glandulosa, or prosopis, either way. I don't care. He's starting to flower there. Look at that, tiny little flowers there coming in. Look at that, little flower stalk. Those little flowers will turn into legumes, like seed pods later on. This stuff just grows like a big weed, all the way from California, Nevada, all the way to Florida, down to Mexico. But it's here, it's native, and that's who he is. Another Larrea tridentata. Little flowers there, look at that. And no galls in this guy. I'll find you a gall. And another little creosote bush. This guy here, he's called a Spanish needle, or Spanish needles. He's an Asteraceae, but you'd never guess it because he doesn't have ray florets. Like, he's discoid. He's only got these little kind of central disc flowers in there. See that? Right there, like that. Wow. It's called a Spanish needle. Anyway, look at this. This grass here, I think it's called galeta grass. Might be big galeta grass. Grows in all this sandy area, all up and down our deserts, Southern California. This guy here, if you break him, I'll break him here. Tough. See, he's a solid grass. Look at that. He's all solid inside. Most grass is hollow. These guys got to be solid to just maintain their stature on the slopes here. Otherwise they'll blow away. Another Spanish needle here. More Spanish needles. Look at that. All over the place. Got more right here. Creosote. This guy here. He's a indigo bush. Check that out. Wow. See that little indigo flower? Just beautiful. Look at that. Holy moly. Oh. This guy here, it's starting to bloom. Look at that. Little Ocotillo Wells. Wow. There's a ton of stuff in this wash. This car here, so it made it down there. See? So if you make that little car, he could go down the wash. Here's something bad. Don't do this, right? All your fire rings and fire pits, they have to be self-contained. Your own little kind of fire pit unit. I like using a little portable barbecue when I go out here. All right, this little Ambrosia dumosa here, burrow bush. Wow. Look at this beautiful smoke tree, Sorothamnus spinosus. Just gorgeous. Over here though, I got a really special tree growing under the rocks. Oh, look at this guy. Absolutely gorgeous. This guy's called Desert Holly Atriplex hymenelytra. Just look at that. So he's got these holly-like leaves here. He's not a holly, just looks like one. Look at that, super glaucous green color. He's great at reducing transpiration, evaporation. So he's a true salt bush. He keeps salt in his leaves here. So kind of in a little mechanical way, chemical way, he doesn't dry out the plants. He's able to live in all these salty areas. Here we have the little rock daisies here growing on the hillside. Look at that. Right there. Look at that. Those rocks fell down, all full of little rock daisies. This guy here, another one of our Eriogonum inflatum desert trumpet plants. Got this rosette of leaves down here, sends up a little stalk, and it splits and it splits and it splits. Got these beautiful little flowers here. Wow. That's Eriogonum inflatum. Holy moly. Hey, over here we got another little yellow guy growing up here. Let's see who he is. Oh, he's a desert.
I think he has a bee in him.
Oh, he's a desert sunflower. Look at that. Little bee right there. Geraea canescens. You always know because he's got this hairy little filaries down there. See that? So you remember him like geriatric, like an old man. Geraea is his, or Geraea is his genus. Geraea canescens. Look at that. Fuzzy little leaves down here. On the top and the bottom. Just fantastic. Desert sunflower. Look at that. Another little pollinator right there. Wow. Here we got a Spanish needle here.
No, something new.
Oh, this guy is a baby indigo. Look at that. Just growing in the wall here.
He thinks that's a baby.
Amazing. Look at this. It's a cat claw. He's Senegalia Greggii. In the old days we called him Acacia Greggii, but he's got a new name now. because the scientists, they change their names of these plants. These beautiful leaves coming in. You never see this guy on leaves. He's also called a wait a minute bush, because look, he snagged me these little tiny cat claws. See that? Look like little cat's claws right there. And he snags, he's called a wait a minute bush. You got to yell to your friends, hey, wait a minute. So he's got these beautiful leaves here. Boy, you never see these guys with leaves. Maybe a short time from like April through June, but that's about it. It's even, I thought these were flowers. No flowers on them yet. But I tell you, this guy, you'd never see him green unless you're out here really special. But he's in this wash here, so he gets a lot of, there's a little hummingbird, look. Wow. Hey, over here, you see a lot of this here on our cat claws. This is mistletoe. It's called desert mistletoe. Phoradendron californicum. Wow. Anyway, he's a parasite. Lives up here. There's a cat claw too. Right? He lives up here. And these got these little berries. I'm gonna go in there, even though he's gonna grab me. Right? He's got these little berries here. And they get real juicy. See how juicy that guy is? Real juicy. And little phainopepla birds, little black birds with the little black crest on his head. They eat these, but they can't digest it, so they poop out the little seeds, and the seeds get stuck on other plants. And that's this guy moves around the desert. See that little seed there? It's all sticky on my. See, he doesn't get off. Look at that. Oh, see, he's still stuck. Amazing. Creosote Bush Larrea tridentata. It's called tridentata. At the very top here, he's got little trident leaves. 1, 2, 3, little sets of 3 right at the top. Wow. Little flowers here. Little seed pappus there, that'll blow away in the wind. Oh, holy smokes. This is great. That's cool. Look at this guy though. Giant Ocotillo. Must be 25 feet tall. Wow. But you never see him with leaves unless it rains a lot. So check this out. He's got leaves on him. See that? He's got leaves and giant thorns. So after you get through the little Split Mountain, you come up here. It's a pretty easy drive. Look at this guy. Holy smokes, look, nothing around, just sand. Little Arizona lupin is growing right in this tiny little rock here. Wow, you notice the Arizona lupin because he's got these long stems on his leaf and this little palmate leaflets. Looks like your hand, like a little palm. Look at that. This Arizona lupin. Here we have another smoke tree. Look at this Cheesebush Ambrosia salsola. Look at that. Kind of crumple him up. He smells like cheese. This guy's Cheesebush. You know him from the Ambrosia domosa. He's got these really thin leaves here. See that? He's got like cauliflower leaves. He's a Ambrosia domosa. So Cheesebush here. Cheesebush. All this honey mesquite. Oh, it just grows wild here. Wow, check out all this goleta grass. I think it's big goleta grass. Same grass you find up at Kelso Dunes. Wow, look at that. Whew. All right, you break them open. Solid inside. Look at that, solid grass. Just amazing. Hey, here we have a little cholla. Sure, this is a silver cholla. Cylindropuntia, echinocarpa. Look at those beautiful, beautiful spines. Needles are all white. Little dark tip on them. Wow. So he's got smaller little stems here. He's a Mormon tea. He's a tea plant. Look at that. Right. He's an ephedra. He's desert tea. He's an ephedra. Hey, this is amazing. Here's another desert trumpet, Eriogonum inflatum. See that? This is last year's growth. He's got this little inflated bubble here like a bottle stopper. And he breaks off. He's pretty brittle. See that? Little bottle stopper and he stems out. This is all last year. This is all this year. See how green he is? Has rosette. So he's a perennial. Comes back every year. These little flowers here. So Native Americans, they'd make a little pipe out of this thing here. They'd smoke desert tobacco out of him. Desert tobacco, Nicotiana obtusifolia. Look at this. Right here. I call him an alien desert trumpet because he looks like he's from Mars. Look at that. Wow, just check this out. Just layers and layers of mud laid down for hundreds of millions of years. And this is all an ocean. Just look at that. Way up there, see all the striations and the layers and layers up here. Then the wind blows out little caves called wind caves. Hey, check out all these cacti on the hill. Look at this one growing up there.
It's just a big school of barrel cacti.
Hey, here's a brown-eyed evening primrose. Look at that, right there. Little brown-eyed evening primrose. Wow, but he opens in the daytime instead of the early morning like the other primroses. It's got 4 little beautiful yellow petals there. All little reproductive parts inside. Hey, here's another cat claw here. We got last year's legume pod. See that? He's a Fabaceae, so he's got these little pea pods. Little legume pods here coming in. Wow. Here we have a desert sand verbena, Abronia viosa. All those flowers are used up. These go to seed here. These used to be beautiful purple bouquet of fleshy flowers, but they're all used up here. He's got these beautiful ovate, wavy, super hairy and sticky leaves. And he likes it when the sand gets on the leaves like that. It sticks. And it protects his little sandstorm, protects these leaves from getting injured. Wow, check this out. It's a desert tortoise burrow. See that? And this shell is the same circumference of the hole here. He's a big desert tortoise. He'll be coming out here, walking around. This is a creosote bush. I want to show you a creosote gall. See it right there? Called a creosote gall. There's one in here too. Right there. Caused by a bug called a creosote midge. Kind of burrows in there. Makes a little scar. Kind of contaminates our little creosote bush here. The creosote forms a little callus or blister over that scar. Makes a little gall like this to protect our plant. And then the gall will just fall off like that and just fall into our little tortoise den. Look at this, honey mesquite. Wow, just growing wild up here. This shrub here is a desert willow. It's a Fabaceae legume family. He's got these big long seed pods. Look at that. It's all last year coming down. See that? He's got these willow-like leaves here. Kind of blow around like a little willow, little salix here. So check this out. This is a huge desert holly, Atriplex hymenelytra. See those beautiful, beautiful glossy leaves there. Look at that. He's kind of gone to flowering. They all have little seeds. Look at that. Wow. Just beautiful. I'll kind of pull out here, get a bunch of seeds out of this guy. Whew. It's the biggest one I've seen out here. Little desert holly. Super resilient salt bush we have. Hey, little guy here in the rocks. This is a Phacelia. He's a barrage. He's got this little caterpillar-like shaped inflorescence there, or a scorpion tail. See that? Beautiful little purple flowers. So you finally make it through the canyon here. If you're driving, there are some boulders you got to watch out for. And out here, this way, those cars out there, that's the trailhead to the wind caves. But out here, look at this. This guy here is a heartleaf suncup. Calycmia cardiophylla. Look at that. Beautiful little flowers here. Called a heartleaf suncup. Sometimes he's called a heartleaf primrose. Wow, Callismia cardiophylla. These leaves here, super resilient in this big wash area. Just check that out. So we're gonna head up to the wind caves. I'll give you a tour of that too. Wow, that was fantastic. So the wind caves, just around the corner here. If you drive up, you miss all these beautiful desert plants I just showed you. So you should walk up, enjoy all these guys, like our creosote bush here, and all the honey mesquite here, all the smoke trees, all on the side. Beautiful. Down here, of course, the wind caves. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.